everyone, it's me, Alan, here again with another unboxing. I know it's been a minute, but I could not miss the re-release of Early War Flames of War. It's been a busy few years for me. Got married, moved across the country again. I think I've done a video since I moved back, but let us see what lies in store for Early War Flames of War. Now, I've always loved Early War. It is one of those time periods where you get the esoteric tanks, you get the large amount of infantry. It's not quite as tank-centric as mid and late war has been traditionally. And I'm glad to see, having read through the Blitzkrieg book, that it seems to remain that way. So in this box, you see that we get a German tank force and a French tank force, which kind of goes exactly against what I was just talking about. But I think you'll see from our other unboxing, probably later today or maybe tomorrow, that the other one has quite a bigger emphasis on infantry. Now, what I love about this box is that you have an almost perfectly balanced force. You've got 45 points of French versus 47 points of Germans. But if you combine the two starter boxes, which I'll just give a little brief preview. If you combine the two starter boxes, you actually get a perfectly balanced 90 points for each side, which I think is just really cool. You can do a dual French and British force against a bigger German force, and you can actually do a really cool full-size battle. As you can see, we get, as usual at Battlefront, a really good value. A full box of tanks for the French, a little squadron, and a full infantry platoon. Plus anti-tank guns, another squadron of tanks over here. But let us not just look at the back of the box, but let's see what is inside Maginot Line. Now, of course, there is nothing about it being the Maginot Line in this. So that is not the... Oh, no. Okay, so interesting. So the sprue appears to make either a Stug or a Panzer III. I was not expecting that. Huh. With a bit of magnetization, you could actually do either one. It's really cool, actually. Did not see that coming. And you get your three... Maybe one more in here somewhere. Yep, you get your 4 Panzers, and then it looks like everything else is in a baggie. That's kind of cool. And it looks like it is color-coded plastic, so if you're just getting started with the game, you can just build these and use the color-coded plastic to see whose force is whose. Which I found to be a really cool concept. Get your pack gun. Yeah, it looks like it... Oh, it looks like it can also build the late war one with the little rocket launcher on it. And that's pretty cool, actually. What I've enjoyed is that Battlefront's been really good about future-proofing things. It looks like you can also maybe build a naval warfare or something out of this. And then your Panzer IIs, looks like it can build the early war Panzer II, but that's it from what I can tell. Looks like you can do open-closed hatch like usual. Pretty cool. You do have 2 hulls, so that's probably common. And then you have the Panzer II.
Panzer IIA, Panzer IID.
Yeah, let's go with that. Panzer IIA and Panzer IID, apparently. So we've got those. We've got 3 of those screws. And then we come to what everybody's really been looking forward to. The return of France. It looks like you got the Hotchkiss. You can build it as the H-35 or the H-39. It all depends on what deck plate you put it on. And then you get a couple different turrets. You drop the sprue for good luck before you build it. That's how you avoid failing your armor checks. Got some trench crossing equipment. Overall, pretty small tanks. Another thing I kind of like about early war, you see a lot smaller vehicles than you do later on. And then you have the Samoa. The S-35, used all the way up until the end of the war by Germany, but here available as one of the premier tanks for France. I actually really like the look of this thing. Its cast armor is done really well. I gotta say, I applaud the detail of this kit. This is freaking, even for Battlefront. Battlefront usually does a pretty good kit, but this is really has some amazing detail molded on. Okay, and you get your 4 more for 5 S-35s. And then we get our early war French sprues. Oh no, these are the German gun crews. So it looks like you get your early war German guns crews, and then you get your French early war units. So it looks like you get a heavy machine gun and mortar included as well. And then you have the classic, like, you know, walking fire guys, big bayonets, guy with pistol. I actually find this really interesting. Give me 1 second. We'll cut this in editing, don't worry. Just how similar they are to the existing French sculpts of this era. We can really see they really drew a lot of inspiration. Pretty much directly copied some of their own sculpting. It's really cool, actually. And yes, mine are painted for Great War. Those are my Great War French right there. But one of the projects I've been working on. You'll know that. I reviewed that box many years ago. If you'd like to experience some true undiluted cringe, please feel free to go back and look at those videos. Oh boy, those are some Frenchmen and some German guys. I really like the Frenchmen are all have like a hatch under them so you can have them half out of their tank. It's really a little fun thing. And then of course we get our bases. We get our rule book, which again, good job Battlefront. You include it in its own baggie. I know some of the older kits didn't have that, but they've been really good about it lately. A few color-coded dice. And you get the unit cards, which actually don't come in the individual unit boxes anymore. But now only come in this and the card packs, but looks like they redesigned the cards a little bit. I think they look good myself. And I said, you can play this right out of the box. It's actually pretty balanced against each other. And they now only offer the cards in the individual card packs. And you do still get your movement orders, even in early war. Which does make it a little more fluid, but otherwise, if you notice on the French vehicles, they're actually slower than most, with an 8-inch tactical move. I really like that to represent the difficulties the French had with radios and ordering their units around. It really gives them a very different feel than the Germans, on top of just normal blitzkrieg. You also get a little quick start guide, which teaches you just the basics of the game. I do really quite like that, actually. That's a cool little fold-out quick reference. That's nice. And your assembly instructions, which fit all on one page. Double-sided, black and white. I think that looks good. And you get your full rule book. Everything you need to start, including cutout little bits so you can have all of your tokens with just a pair of scissors for both the Germans and the French. Yeah, that is it. That is what do I think of it? I think it is the usual Flames of War starter set. Their starter sets are out of this world in terms of value. This thing is less than $100. Gets you a 45-point force, which is half of what you need for a full game. Buy 2 of them, you've got a full force. It's not the greatest force in the world, but it's decent. Like, it's... Having played a bit of Horus Heresy and 40k lately, I gotta say, Battlefront blows GW out of the water when it comes to value. Just like, you buy this box, you split it with a friend, you're both paying, what, $40, $45, and you're getting half an army. Like, that's madness. Like, the latest 40k starter set, you got a few squads of Tyranids and, what, like 20 Space Marines?
And a Dreadnought.
Yeah, Dreadnought. But...
If you got Leviathan on release.
Yeah, if you got it on release. Like, these things are designed to really get you into early war, which I love. I love that they are really making the push to get you into early war. Yeah, nothing more to say. A+. Good value box, infantry included. Always my complaints about the earlier sets. If you've been watching me a long time, you know that. Anti-tank guns, great. Good value. Thumbs up. Good job, Battlefront. Anyway, that's all. You probably already signed off by now, but if not, you guys, you're the ones that maybe come back after like 2 years, maybe more. And you know what to do at this point. Like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. But if you do dislike it, please leave me a comment. Tell me why. I've actually have responded a bit to those comments. I've done my best to make the audio mixing on this a bit better. So hopefully we can move forward in a new and glorious age of Flames of War, early war unboxings. And in that case, I will see you guys on the next review. Bye-bye now.